So what?
So it's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be really hard. And we're gonna have to work at this every day, but I wanna do that because I want you.
In a world where image often takes precedence over substance, it's easy to assume that women only pursue the most successful, best-looking, or socially dominant men. Yet, reality tells a different story. Many women are drawn to men who, on the surface, appear average. These men don't have jaw-dropping wealth, chiseled physiques, or an Instagram-worthy lifestyle, but they consistently attract high-quality women. This phenomenon raises an important question. Why do women obsess over these so-called average men? The answer lies not in surface-level traits, but in a set of subtle, powerful psychological and emotional cues that these men master, often unconsciously. These traits separate them from the pack, not by what they look like, but by how they make women feel. One of the most underrated and misunderstood factors in female attraction is emotional safety. Women are biologically wired to seek a partner who offers stability, consistency, and protection, not just physically, but emotionally. Average men who understand how to create a safe emotional environment often win the hearts of women who are tired of the drama and unpredictability that can come from high-status or emotionally unavailable men. These men don't try to impress with flashy lifestyles. Instead, they listen. They validate feelings. They show up when they say they will. And most importantly, they remain emotionally present during conversations. In a culture full of distractions and superficial interactions, this simple attentiveness is magnetic. In a world ruled by social media and filters, authenticity is in short supply. Many women have dated the type of man who carefully curates his image but lacks depth behind the scenes. So, when a man comes along who is genuine, who says what he means, admits his mistakes, and owns his flaws, he stands out. These average men aren't trying to be someone they're not. They aren't performing. They're simply living with integrity. That level of honesty is refreshing, and it builds trust. Trust, in turn, is the foundation for deep emotional bonding. This might be the most powerful and least discussed secret. Women obsess over men who truly see them, not just their appearance but their ambitions, fears, quirks, and complexities. While many men focus on what they can get from a woman, these average men focus on knowing her. They ask meaningful questions, they notice small details, they listen with curiosity rather than waiting to speak. And as a result, women feel emotionally connected, something far more powerful than physical attraction alone. Leadership in relationships isn't about domination or control. It's about direction, clarity, and emotional composure. Many average men exhibit subtle leadership by taking initiative, planning dates, handling conflict with maturity, or helping their partner feel secure without being controlling. They're decisive without being overbearing. They offer solutions during times of stress. They aren't afraid to set boundaries. This sense of direction gives women a sense of stability that's often missing in modern relationships. There's a deep psychological dynamic at play in male-female attraction. Polarity. Feminine energy thrives when it feels safe, expressive, and free. These average men often attract women because they aren't trying to compete with them or diminish them. Instead, they allow space for femininity to blossom, whether that's encouraging creativity, supporting emotional expression, or simply being present without trying to fix everything. These men support rather than suppress. And when a woman feels she can relax into her femininity, she often becomes deeply bonded to the man who made that space possible. Unlike men who push for quick results or chase aggressively, these men often let attraction build naturally. They understand that meaningful relationships take time. Patience signals self-control, emotional maturity, and an abundance mindset. It shows that they're not desperate, and paradoxically, that makes them more desirable. Women notice when a man isn't in a rush. It gives them the space to trust and open up. And when that emotional connection forms, it tends to be deep and lasting. The idea that these men are average is a myth. What appears average externally often hides extraordinary internal qualities: emotional intelligence, integrity, quiet confidence, and the ability to connect. These men break the mold not by being flashy, but by being real. Most guys chase after surface-level traits they think women want: money, looks, status, without understanding the emotional layers that drive true female obsession. If more men learned these subtle but powerful skills, they'd realize that the game of attraction isn't about being the loudest in the room. It's about being the most grounded. So, the next time you see a woman completely enthralled by a guy who seems ordinary, know this: she's not responding to his appearance. She's responding to how he makes her feel. Safe, seen, valued, and understood. And that is far from average.